Hello and welcome to Simply Listed. If you do not know what Simply Listed is, it is a fully automated mockup program where you bring your own mockups over to Simply Listed. All you have to do is create a template one time, and then you can reuse that template over and over again, making the mockup process super fast. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make pillow mockups. So there's two different scenarios. You have one scenario where you don't have an all-over print, like this one right here. You just have a design in the center. Or you have an all-over print like this one where it covers up the whole pillow. You're going to need different mockups for both of these scenarios. So I'm going to go ahead and show you where you can find the different mockups. So in the first scenario where you don't want to do an all-over print pillow, you can get just a regular mockup. I like to get them on Creative Fabrica. If you already have a subscription, then all of these would basically be for free. So you can get any mockups that you want. They all look really good. You want to make sure when you're looking for mockups to look for ones that look realistic and have shadows. But you would basically pick one of these mockups that you like, and then you're going to bring them over into a Canva document. So I went ahead and brought over the mockups that we got from Creative Fabrica over to Canva. And like I said, these are the ones that don't have the all-over print. So ideally you would want to create all of your mockups into one template here on Canva. So they're all the same size. You can include any photo cards that you need, anything like that. And then when you're done, you're going to go ahead and download it as a regular PNG file. And then we will upload that to Simply Listed to make our template. For the all-over print mockups, you're going to want different mockups than just your regular JPEG files. So I like to get those off of Etsy. I did find some that you want to look for a smart mockup. So I did find some that were okay, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. You want to make sure you're looking for high quality mockups in this case where they have like the shadows built in and everything, so it looks more realistic. Where I like to go is Mockup POD. This is their shop. And basically they have really high quality mockups where the shadows are already built in for you. Now I'll show you the other ones that I found that weren't as great of quality, although you can still use them as long as you think that they look pretty good. So I don't remember where I got these from, but these are also the smart mockups that you can get where they have the little cloud over it. But when you look at it, see how this has kind of a weird cutout and you can tell that it doesn't look as realistic. You can still use mockups like these, but you just want to make sure that the outline looks pretty realistic. I downloaded a few. This one looks okay. This one looked okay. This one looked much better. So you can kind of find mockups that have this type of file, but it may not turn out as great. This is the mockup that we got from the mockup shop I just mentioned. They have the built-in shadows and everything. So for example, when I pull this over and I change the background color here, you can see that it's transparent on the pillow, and that's what we're looking for with the smart mockups, but they have the built-in shadows, so it looks like they use Photoshop or something nicer. Whereas these ones, if you pull it over, you delete the placeholder, you can kind of tell that it's more of a cutout and it doesn't look as professional. So what you would do is you would find your mockups that are the smart mockups, you would delete the placeholder like I did on this one, or if you bought them from the mockup store I just mentioned, you wouldn't even have to delete the placeholder. It's already a transparent background for you with the shadows, so that's really nice. And I'll go ahead and show you later on in the video what the difference looks like between these two different types of mockups. So one last thing we want to do before we create our template on Simply Listed is we want to make sure we have a Printify product ready. So in this case, we did pillows, so I went to catalog and I went to pillows and covers, and I just went ahead and picked the best seller right here. So when you're making your product, you want to make sure that the print size area is the same size as your template on Printify. So right here, you'll find print size area, and then we also want to download the design template. So when we come over to Canva, we now have the right print size area, which was the 4650 by 2325. And we also have the design template here so that we can make sure our design fits right in the space. So you want to make sure it stays within the green here, because then that will be printed correctly on the pillow and the design won't go off the sides or anything like that. Once you have your design ready, don't forget to delete the design template, and then you want to just download as a transparent background and a PNG file. Once you upload that file, the green should match up exactly with the edges of the template here. It shouldn't be outside of the template. That means that you have the wrong design size. So once you have this all perfect, also, just so you know, all the pillow cases are going to be the same design template. So you can choose all the different sizes and it'll still fit perfectly with that one design. So that's really nice about the pillows. All right, once you save your product, this one we actually have a personalized product. So if you're doing personalized, all you would do is just turn on the personalization. I already have it on, but enable personalization feature. And then you can either save it as a draft or publish. And then we are ready to create our template in Simply Listed. All right, we're gonna start by clicking New Template and select Printify. And then we are going to find our product, so pillow. And it's the first one right here. And then you're gonna choose your print provider. And I believe this only has one print provider, yep. And then the size doesn't really matter, so whichever size is fine. And then you're going to upload your files. And this is the example without the background, so it's not the all over print. So this is the one, the personalized one. And you can go ahead and just upload all your files at once. Any photo cards, you can upload up to 10, just like it has on Etsy. So then you're gonna click Save. And then you wanna go ahead and title this. This is for internal purposes only. So I'll put pillow, pillow, and this is, we'll say without background or without all over print. And then what you're gonna do is just start on the first mockup. You're gonna click print area. And now it's gonna pull over from Printify the whole design space. So the design space was showing the front and the back. We're only showing one side. It's going to pull over, it doesn't matter which side. So when you make it bigger, you can have it on one side or on the other side. It doesn't really matter. You want to make sure when you are creating this template that you make it big enough to cover the pillow and have some room on the edges. You can also use the crop feature here and crop it just like this. You want to make sure you cover the full pillow. And like I said, you want some room on the edges. Now, if you're using our crop feature, you want to make sure that you reposition it. So you're going to pull it all the way to one side because that's where the design is. There's going to be one design on the left side and then one design on the right side. If you had it in the middle, then it would show like half of each of the designs, and that's not what we want. So anyways, we want to reposition it, make sure that it is on one side only, and then click Apply Image. Then you want to change your transparency. I like to make it around 90, whatever works best with your mockup. And then sometimes I'll even make the transparency like really far down, and then you can see exactly where your print area is. And like I said, you actually want to make sure it's bigger than the pillow. There's a little bit of space on all of the sides because that's how it shows up in Printify. And then you want to just make sure that you bring up your transparency to about 90. And that's all you would have to do. So you would do this for all of your mockups. You don't have to do anything else if it's not an all over print. And then you would save. Next, you want to test your template to make sure the design fits in the space that you want. So you'll click test. And it should pull over your product. If you saved it as a draft, all you need to do is sync it manually here and your product should show up. If your product's not showing up, it could be because you have the wrong print provider selected or even the wrong product selected. Or like I said, it's just not synced. So once you find your product, you just click on it and test Mockup. And there it is. That looks great. So you can kind of scroll through and make sure it looks good on all of your photos. And if you were unhappy with how something looks, you can always go back and edit it. Once you're ready to publish, all you have to do is either click on the image or you can click here and click attach artwork. You would click the same design, create mockup, and then you'll see it over in your approval queue. So it's right here. You can look at it one more time to make sure you're happy with how everything looks. And then you would click publish and that would publish it right to Etsy for you. And it would include all of your mockups and even a video at the end. All right, so now I'm going to show you how we created this all over print. So like I said earlier, you would want to make sure for the all over print that you get smart mockups. And if you get the ones with the placeholder with the clouds, all you would do is just delete that and make sure you do that for all of them. I was in the middle of doing this one, but you would do it for all of them. And then you would download it as a JPEG file. Then we'll come over here and create a new template because you want a different template for the one that has the all over print. So you do the same process. You would choose the pillow, the print provider, whatever size, and then you would just upload the all over print mockups that we have here. Like I said, these are the ones that are just a JPEG like we did in the other mockup. And then we're going to title this probably something like pillow all over print, just so we know. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll click on print area. And what you're gonna do is the same thing. You wanna make it big, just like this, cover the full pillow. I like to turn down the transparency so I can see how much it's covering. You wanna make sure it covers the full pillow plus a little bit more on all sides. And then if you wanna crop it, you can use the crop feature, just like this. And then don't forget, you want to reposition it. Make sure it's all the way to one side, apply image, and make sure your transparency is back up once you're happy with how it covers the pillow. Perfect. And then the only different thing that we're going to do is we're going to re-upload all of these, but in a PNG format so that it's a transparent background on the pillow. We'll go back to that same Canva template and we'll go ahead and share, download PNG with a transparent background, and then go ahead and download. Then you just want to click on the image and it should pop up with this over here. You click image and then you're going to upload the PNG file on top of it. So we're sandwiching the pillow. So this one, I think, let me double check. Yes, it's this one right here. And you're going to add to center. And then what it's going to do is cover up the edges and it'll look like the print is only on the pillow. And this is how it should turn out. So when you pull this over, it has that transparent background just for the pillow. All right, so you would want to just do that for all of your mockups and then click save. Then you would just want to test your mockups and click test. And we're doing the all over print one here, test mockup. And this is what it'll look like. And I wanted to show you guys a better view of it so you can see the different types of mockups when I'm talking about between good quality and not as good quality mockups. So to do that, you would just go ahead and attach artwork and create mockup, and then it'll be in your approval queue. So here, see in your approval queue how you can see the mockups a little better. This one, it looks kind of fake on the edges there. And this is the one that I said had the placeholder on Canva, and there weren't as many shadows. But this one was from the mockup store I showed you guys on Etsy, where it had built-in shadows, which is really nice. So this looks a lot more realistic. It was a little more expensive. I think it was like $3 for this mockup compared to $1 for a few of these mockups. So I would say invest in some really good quality mockups like this one, and just use a couple really good ones, and you can just reuse those over and over again so your mockups look really nice and realistic. This one looks okay. This was another one that had the Canva template without the shadows. It doesn't look too bad, but it's totally up to you. You want to make sure it looks as realistic as possible. And again, we will create a video at the very end for you. And once you've created these templates one time, the awesome thing is you can reuse them over and over, making your mockup process super simple and easy. All right, and then all you would do is just click publish, or you can even publish them both at once and click publish here, and it'll upload it right to Etsy for you. And if you guys have any questions, please let us know down in the comments here. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you haven't signed up for Simply Listed yet, we will have a free 7-day trial down in the description. All right, have a great day.